Hey. Stop for a second. Ask yourself this. When was the last time someone's words stuck in your head for hours? When was the last time you replayed an argument, wishing you'd said something different? When was the last time you lost sleep over what someone thought about you? Be honest. Not the answer you give to friends. The real one. We've all been there. That nagging feeling that you're not in control. That your peace depends on how others treat you. That your mind is a battlefield, and you're losing. Here's what most people never realize. The world doesn't break you with big disasters. It breaks you with small things. A snide comment. A cold shoulder. A rumor you can't stop thinking about. A betrayal you didn't see coming. An email that made your stomach drop. A text that you read 10 times, trying to decode the hidden meaning. And then you spiral. Your emotions take over. Your thoughts become a cage. And you wonder why you feel so powerless. Machiavelli understood this 500 years ago. He saw that the strongest people weren't the ones who fought the hardest. They weren't the ones with the most power or the loudest voice. They were the ones who had mastered their own minds. But here's the twist. Everything you think you know about mental strength is probably backwards. What if the way to become untouchable isn't about being stronger or tougher? What if it's about paradoxes, hidden contradictions that flip the rules on their head? What if the secret to mental toughness isn't fighting, but surrendering? What if the path to control isn't control, but acceptance? In this video, I'm going to share 7 paradoxes of mental untouchability. Most people get these wrong. In fact, number 4 is the one almost everyone misses. And that mistake keeps them stuck forever, repeating the same patterns, getting hurt by the same people, wondering why nothing changes. By the end of this, you'll understand why the quietest person in the room often has the most power. Why emotional detachment isn't coldness, but freedom. Why sometimes, doing nothing is the most powerful move you can make. But first, I want you to ask yourself one question. And I want you to answer it honestly, without pride. If someone insulted you right now, called you a failure, mocked your dreams, laughed at your efforts, could you smile and walk away without a second thought? No anger. No replaying it later. No revenge fantasy. If your answer is no, stay with me. Because you're about to learn how to build a mind that nothing can touch. Let's begin. Paradox 1. To be seen as strong, you must stop trying to prove your strength. Most people believe that mental toughness means constantly defending yourself. Correcting every misunderstanding. Explaining every decision. Winning every argument. Setting the record straight. Making sure everyone knows you're right. But Machiavelli saw the opposite. The moment you start defending yourself, you've already lost. You're playing their game. You're admitting that their opinion matters. You're giving them power over your peace. Think about it. Have you ever won an argument and still felt drained? Have you ever proved someone wrong, but they still didn't respect you? Have you ever explained yourself, only to feel more misunderstood? Have you ever sent a long text, trying to clarify, and gotten a one-word reply? That's because strength isn't about proving. It's about being. Here's the paradox. The less you defend, the stronger you appear. The less you explain, the more your actions speak. The less you react, the more people wonder. Machiavelli once said, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are." The world judges by appearances. So control the appearance. Not by pretending, but by refusing to engage with petty battles. Not by lying, but by choosing not to participate. Let me give you a scenario. Someone at work makes a snide comment about your performance. I guess not everyone can handle the pressure. Most people would fire back. They'd list their achievements. They'd demand respect. They'd mention their last success. They'd ask, what have you done? But the mentally untouchable person, they pause. They look at the speaker. They say nothing. And then they change the subject. Or they just smile and turn away. That silence does more than 1,000 words. It says, your opinion doesn't matter enough for me to respond. It says, I don't need your validation. It says, I am above this. That's power. Not loud. Not aggressive. Just, untouchable. So here's your first shift. Stop defending yourself to people who have no power over you. Let your results speak. Let your calm be your shield. And watch how quickly the noise fades. Pause here. Take a breath. Think about one person whose opinion you've been chasing. One person whose criticism stings. Now ask, do they really deserve that power? Have they earned the right to affect your peace? Probably not. So why are you giving it to them? Paradox 2. To control your emotions, you must stop fighting them. Most self-help advice tells you to suppress your feelings. To be positive. To ignore the pain. To push through. To smile anyway. But Machiavelli knew that doesn't work. You can't fight a river and expect it to stop flowing. You can't shout at a storm and expect it to calm. You can't argue with a fever and expect it to break. The paradox is this. The more you resist an emotion, the stronger it becomes. The more you accept it, the faster it passes. Think about the last time you were angry. Did trying to push it away help? Or did it just make you angrier? Did you lie in bed, telling yourself to calm down, and only feel more frustrated? Emotions are not enemies. They're messengers. Fear tells you to pay attention. Anger tells you a boundary has been crossed. Sadness tells you something matters to you. Jealousy tells you what you truly desire. The mentally untouchable person doesn't ignore these messages. They listen, learn, and then let go. Machiavelli wrote that the wise man does at once what the fool does finally. The fool reacts immediately. The wise observes, pauses, then acts with intention. So how do you apply this? Next time you feel a strong emotion, don't suppress it. Don't act on it either. Just notice it. Say to yourself, I notice I'm feeling angry. Or, I notice I'm feeling anxious. That's it. By naming the emotion, you create distance. You are no longer the emotion. You are the one watching the emotion. And that distance is freedom. Here's a challenge for you. This week, when someone provokes you, count to 5 before responding. Not 1 second. 5 seconds. In that pause, ask yourself, will reacting serve me, or will silence? Does this person deserve my energy? What do I actually gain by responding? Most of the time, you'll choose silence. And that silence will feel like a superpower. So the paradox, you gain control over your emotions not by fighting them, but by accepting them, and then choosing not to be ruled by them. Drop a comment if you've ever said something in anger that you regretted. Just type, yes, no explanation needed. I read them all. Paradox 3. To be respected, you must stop seeking approval. This one stings. But it's true. Most people spend their lives chasing validation. They want to be liked, praised, accepted. They shape their words, their actions, even their thoughts to fit what others expect. They post things online for likes. They dress to impress strangers. They laugh at jokes they don't find funny. And the result? They become invisible. Because people don't respect those who beg for approval. They respect those who don't need it. Machiavelli observed that the most effective leaders were never the ones who tried to please everyone. They were the ones who accepted that some would hate them, and that was fine. They understood that trying to be loved by everyone makes you loved by no one. Here's the paradox. The less you need others to like you, the more they will. Think about someone you truly respect. Is that person a people pleaser? Or do they have clear boundaries, strong opinions, and the courage to say no? Do they apologize for existing? Or do they take up space? Exactly. When you stop seeking approval, you stop handing over your power. You stop editing yourself to fit someone else's script. You become authentic, not because you're trying, but because you're free. This doesn't mean you become rude or dismissive. It means you stop performing. Let me give you an example. You're in a meeting. Someone challenges your idea. The approval seeker would immediately explain, justify, and try to win them over. They'd bend. They'd compromise before even defending. The mentally untouchable person listens. They consider whether the feedback is useful. If it is, they thank the person and adjust. If it isn't, they simply say, "I see it differently," and move on. No drama. No desperation. Just quiet confidence. That's magnetic. Because people sense that you're not trying to impress them. And that makes them want to impress you. So here's your challenge. For the next 7 days, catch yourself every time you're about to say something just to be liked. Then don't say it. Let the silence hang. Notice how people actually respect you more, not less. Try it. It's life-changing. Paradox 4. This is the one most people miss. To become untouchable, you must expect betrayal, but not be paranoid. Most people live in denial. They believe that if they're good enough, loyal enough, kind enough, generous enough, no one will betray them. They think their good deeds build a shield. Then betrayal happens. And they're crushed. Not just by the act itself, but by the shock. How could they do this to me? After everything I did for them? After all those years? Machiavelli was brutally honest. He wrote that men are ungrateful, fickle, and deceitful. He didn't say that to be cynical. He said it to prepare you. Here's the paradox. Expecting betrayal doesn't make you bitter. It makes you wise. It allows you to see people clearly, without illusion. And when betrayal comes, because it will, you're not destroyed. You're merely informed. Think about it. If you always carry an umbrella, you're not afraid of rain. If you always have a backup plan, you're not terrified of failure. If you always have savings, you're not destroyed by an emergency. The same is true with people. When you accept that anyone can betray you, you stop over-investing in illusions. You start building systems that protect you. You keep your eyes open, not suspicious, just aware. The mentally untouchable person doesn't go through life waiting for a knife in the back. But they're not shocked when it happens. They've already prepared. They have other options. Their happiness doesn't depend on any one person's loyalty. This is what Machiavelli called strategic foresight. So ask yourself. Are you dependent on someone for your peace? If that person walked away tomorrow, would you crumble? If yes, you have work to do. Start diversifying your emotional investments. Build multiple sources of fulfillment. Strengthen your relationship with yourself. Cultivate hobbies that don't involve others. Develop skills that make you self-reliant. When you are your own anchor, no betrayal can sink you. This is the hidden trap most people fall into. They trust blindly, then break. Don't be most people. Trust strategically. Let me say that again. Trust strategically. Not with suspicion, but with awareness. Give trust as a gift, not as a loan you expect to be repaid. And always have the inner resources to stand alone if needed. That's mental untouchability. Paradox 5. Your silence is more powerful than any argument. We live in a world of noise. Everyone is shouting. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone wants to be heard. Social media rewards the loudest voices. News cycles feed on outrage. The person who understands power does the opposite. They listen. They observe. They speak only when their words will shift the balance. Machiavelli said that a wise leader never reveals all his thoughts. Because the moment you speak, you give away information. And information is leverage. Here's the paradox. The less you say, the more your words are worth. When you speak rarely, people lean in. They assume you've thought deeply. They value your input because it's scarce. Think about a time you were in a conversation with someone who talked non-stop. Did you respect them more or less? Probably less. Did you find yourself tuning out? Probably yes. Now think of someone who listens intently, nods slowly, then delivers a single sentence that changes the direction of the discussion. That's power. That's authority. The mentally untouchable person uses silence as a weapon. When someone insults them, they don't fire back. They let the silence hang. The other person becomes uncomfortable. They start filling the void with their own insecurities, their own justifications, their own desperate words. In that silence, the power shifts. So here's your practice. For one full day, speak half as much as you normally would. Don't be rude, just pause before answering. Let the other person talk first. Let them reveal themselves. Notice how much you learn. Notice how much more in control you feel. Silence is not emptiness. It's strategy. And remember, every unnecessary word is a small leak in your authority. Plug those leaks. Let your quiet become your signature. Paradox 6. To be present, you must sometimes disappear. This sounds contradictory. But think about it. When you're always available, you become ordinary. People take you for granted. Your presence loses its impact. You become like background music, there, but not noticed. But when you withdraw strategically, when you become scarce, your return is anticipated. Your absence creates value. Machiavelli observed that leaders who stayed hidden too long lost influence, but those who appeared too often became ordinary. The trick is rhythm. You must know when to step forward and when to step back. The paradox is this. By disappearing, you make your presence more powerful. By being less accessible, you become more desired. Think about a celebrity who posts constantly. You get bored. You stop caring. Now think of someone who appears rarely. Every appearance feels like an event. Every word they say feels important. The mentally untouchable person understands this. They don't seek attention. They let attention find them. They're comfortable in solitude. They use absence to recharge, to plan, to grow, to think clearly without the noise of the crowd. Then when they re-enter the room, people notice. Here's your challenge. This week, take one full day away from your phone, from social media, from the demands of others. Just be with yourself. Read. Walk. Think. Notice how the world doesn't collapse. Notice how you feel clearer, stronger, more yourself. Absence isn't weakness. It's a reset. Use it. And here's an extra insight. When you disappear, you also learn who truly values you. The ones who notice your absence. They care. They reach out. They wonder where you are. The ones who don't. You've just saved yourself wasted energy. They were never really there. Paradox 7. To rule your mind, you must stop trying to control everything. This is the final paradox, and it's the most important. Most people exhaust themselves trying to control outcomes. They plan every detail. They worry about every possibility. They make to-do lists for their to-do lists. They think that if they just think hard enough, they can prevent failure. But Machiavelli knew that fortune, luck, chance, circumstances, plays a huge role. The wise leader doesn't try to control everything. They prepare for anything. Here's the paradox. The more you try to control, the more anxious you become. The more you accept that some things are out of your hands, the calmer you are. And the calmer you are, the better decisions you make. True mental untouchability comes from surrendering the illusion of total control. You control your actions, your responses, your preparation. You do not control other people, the economy, the weather, or random chance. When you accept that, you stop fighting reality. You start flowing with it. Think about it. Have you ever been stuck in traffic, furious, pounding the wheel? Did that help? Did the traffic clear because you were angry? No. You only made yourself miserable. The mentally untouchable person accepts the traffic. They put on a podcast. They breathe. They arrive when they arrive. Machiavelli wrote that the wise man is not the one who never fails. He's the one who adapts when he does. Resilience is not about never falling. It's about getting back up, learning, and moving forward. So here's the final lesson. Stop trying to control everything. Focus only on what you can actually influence, your own mind, your own actions, your own choices. Let the rest unfold. When you do that, you become unshakable. Let me repeat that because it's crucial. You cannot control the world. You can only control how you respond to it. That's where your power lives. Not in the illusion of total control, but in the mastery of your own reactions. Let me bring all 7 paradoxes together. 1. Stop defending yourself. Strength is not loud, it's still. 2. Stop fighting your emotions. Accept them, then let them pass. 3. Stop seeking approval. Respect comes from those who don't need it. 4. Expect betrayal, but don't be paranoid. Prepare, don't obsess. 5. Use silence as a weapon. Your words have power only when they're rare. 6. Disappear strategically. Your absence makes your presence valuable. 7. Stop trying to control everything. Focus on what you can, accept the rest. These are the hidden paradoxes that most people miss. Especially number 4. If you only take one thing from this video, let it be that, prepare for betrayal, and you'll never be destroyed by it. Most people go through life with their guard down, shocked when they're hurt. You don't have to live that way. You can be open, generous, loving, but with a quiet awareness that anyone could change. And that awareness doesn't make you paranoid. It makes you free. Now, I want you to do something. Close your eyes for 5 seconds. Take a deep breath. And say to yourself silently, I am not my emotions. I am not their opinions. I am not my past mistakes. I am the one who watches, chooses, and acts. Open your eyes. You've just taken the first step toward becoming mentally untouchable. If this video changed something in you, hit like. It tells me this message matters. It tells the algorithm to share it with others who need to hear it. Subscribe to the Power Paradox for more strategies that don't ask you to lose your soul. More paradoxes. More hidden truths. More ways to become free. And comment below, which of these 7 paradoxes hit you hardest? Just one word or a short sentence. I read every single one. Every single one. Until next time. Remember. The world will try to shake you. It will send insults, betrayals, failures, and noise. But you now know the secrets that most people miss. Master the paradox. And become untouchable. Stay strategic. Stay good. Stay paradoxical. See you in the next one.